Imagine a building so huge that walking from one end to the other takes you a full kilometer. Welcome to Winstar World Casino, sitting right on the border between Texas and Oklahoma, officially the largest casino on Earth. Over 500,000 square feet of pure temptation. And today, we're not just here to gawk at the flashing lights. We're here to ask the forbidden question. Can you actually beat the casino using science? Spoiler alert, no. But let's have some fun proving why. Every game in a casino is tilted, just slightly, in the house's favor. Not by much, maybe 2%, 3%, 5%, just enough so that, over time, the math always drifts their way. Think of it like a coin that lands on heads 51% of the time. Flip it once, maybe you win. Flip it 1,000 times, the house cashes in. That's the law of large numbers. Given enough tries, even the tiniest bias becomes destiny. So yes, someone will hit a jackpot tonight, but across all the tables, all the flashing machines, all the hopeful smiles, the total losses will always outweigh the wins. That's not luck, that's statistics. Casinos aren't just about gambling. They're about environmental engineering. No clocks, no windows, no sense of time. Just a glowing maze where every hallway somehow loops back to the slot machines. It's Vegas meets the Minotaur. The flashing lights and chiming bells trick your brain into thinking, someone's winning, even when no one is. And those free drinks? Not generosity, it's strategy. Because a slightly tipsy brain makes worse decisions and forgets how much money it just lost. And notice the chips, those colorful little tokens? They're not money, at least not until you run out. Losing $200 hurts. Losing 40 chips just feels like bad luck. It's not a crime scene. It's a perfectly legal psychological experiment. Games like roulette or blackjack are designed to feel interactive. You pick a number, you choose red or black, you hit or stay. Tiny choices that make you feel in charge. But in truth, you're not. The outcome is random, and the design keeps you hooked on the illusion that the next spin will be yours. Let's take roulette, the most iconic example. Roulette looks fair. 18 red numbers, 18 black numbers, seems like a 50-50 shot, right? Not quite. There's that sly little green 0, and in American roulette, an extra D-0. Those two green pockets are the casino's secret weapon. They take what should be an even game and twist it. Your odds drop from 50% to about 47%. That's a 5.26% edge for the house, every spin forever. So even if you bet red 1,000 times, red will always fall just short of black plus green. That's not bad luck, that's baked into the math. But gamblers are clever. They came up with something they swore could beat the system. The Martingale strategy. Here's how it goes. Bet on red. Lose? Double your bet. Lose again? Double it again. Keep doubling until you win. When you finally win, you'll recover all your losses, plus one tiny profit. Sounds genius, right? It's also a beautiful trap, because doubling grows exponentially. Start with 1, then 2, then 4, 8, 16, 32. After just 10 losses, you'd have to bet over $1,000. Lose again, and you've burned through $2,047 just to win $1. And if you're thinking, there's no way red can lose 10 times in a row, Vegas would love to introduce you to reality. 20 blacks in a row? It happens, sometimes 23. People have lost their houses waiting for the inevitable red. That's the gambler's fallacy, the belief that the universe owes you a win. It doesn't. Every spin is a clean slate, as merciless as physics itself. Even if you had unlimited patience and caffeine, you'd hit 2 walls fast. First reason, your wallet, because exponential growth eats money like wildfire. Second reason, the table limit. Casinos cap bets specifically to kill strategies like Martingale. If the table max is $5,000, you can only double so many times before you hit the ceiling and lose everything right there. And all the while, that 5% edge keeps ticking, slowly vacuuming up every chip, every dollar, every dream. The house doesn't need to cheat. The rules are the cheat. In theory, yes. In the infinite long run, results tend to balance. But you, my friend, are not infinite. You have a budget, a bedtime, and a blood pressure limit. Statistically, the game will drift toward the average, but you'll probably be broke long before it gets there. That's what makes casinos so diabolically elegant. They don't need you to lose every time. They just need you to play long enough. There was one time scientists beat Las Vegas, but not at the tables. In 1986, over 4,000 physicists arrived for a conference at the MGM Grand. The casinos were thrilled, thousands of brilliant minds with expense accounts. But there was a problem. Physicists understand probability, and they're famously broke. They filled the hotels, ate the buffets, and barely gambled a dime. That week went down as one of the worst financial weeks in Vegas history. Turns out, the only guaranteed way to beat the house is not to play. Casinos aren't evil masterminds. They're just very good at math and psychology. Once you understand that math, the magic disappears. You stop seeing luck and start seeing a business model. So if you ever walk into the world's biggest casino, enjoy the spectacle, the lights, the sheer human absurdity of it all. Just remember, the only winning move is walking out richer than when you came in, which probably means immediately.